Hello everyone, it's Lindsay, and when I did the unboxing of the Hannah kit from Felicity Jane, I had talked about making some little note cards. So today I thought I would show you how I did that. I know I normally do a faith planner process video, but I'm just not feeling it lately, so we're going to do this instead. So I went ahead and took a couple of the stamps from the Hannah kit, and I already have them loaded up on my stamp platform. And I'm taking some Canson watercolor paper. This is super inexpensive paper, and I've cut it down to 3x4 note card size. And I am having to scoot it over just a little bit in my platform because that flower image is going to kind of hang off of the edges. And we're going to heat emboss it. So I'm prepping the card with my EK6S powder tool, and this just gives you really clean embossing. I will ink up the stamp with some Versamark ink. This is a clear sticky ink. I will link my Tip Tuesday down below. I have a Tip Tuesday all about embossing if you have questions about that. So I'll ink that up, close the door, and then press that down. Now this is watercolor paper that has some texture, so I'm really good to push down hard and try to get it as covered as I can. You can see my stamp was a little bit dirty when I stamped, but that's okay. And then I'll go ahead and cover this with some Zing metallic copper embossing powder. Now when I did the other note cards ahead of time, I do all of these steps like assembly line style. So I cut everything down, I stamp everything, apply the powder, and then apply the powder to everything, and then I heat them all at once. That way I don't have to keep turning my heat tool on and off. So I'm going to turn my heat tool on, let it get good and hot, and then it takes a little bit longer to melt the embossing powder on this watercolor paper because it is thicker, but you do want to just heat it up and melt it until it's completely melted and shiny and is no longer powder. And this one really matches the kind of glittery browns that's in the Hannah kit and just kind of jazzes it up and makes it look a little bit nicer for such a simple note card. And that one stamp there says "On My Mind." That was also from the Hannah stamp set. To paint in the flowers, I'm going to use some Distress Oxide inks. I have the colors on screen there for you. I tried to pick ones that closely resembled the colors in the kit. There is a 3x4 journaling card that has this floral image stamped on it, and so I kind of use that for reference for which flowers to color in and what colors to use. And so I'm just going to take a little bit of water to activate that ink. And there was no reason for picking these over watercolors or a different kind of medium. It was just I had colors that closely matched the colors in the kit, so I didn't have to do a lot of mixing. And I really like the effect of the Distress Oxide inks when you paint with them because they are that dye pigment mixture. They just have this neat texture to them, and so I thought it would kind of make it look, I don't know, a little bit nicer to paint with these. So I am occasionally kind of mixing that Tattered Rose, Worn Lipstick, and the Aged Mahogany to get just the right like dusty rose color. It's not a perfect match to the colors in the kit, but it's pretty close. And since it is a heat embossed image, it's pretty easy to color in because it creates these like wells or walls that hold in the pigment and the water. So you can jump around and work in areas right next to each other and not worry about the color bleeding and getting out of the lines and things like that. So I did only color in a few of the flowers and splattered on some of the blue ink, and I'll set that aside to dry. I did make some custom envelopes. I'll link the paper that I used down below for you guys. It's a really nice heavyweight paper, and it's cut to 6 inches by 6 inches, and then I score at 2 inches and 2 inches and 2 5/8 inches on my scoreboard. So 2 inches and 2 5/8 inches, and that gives you the perfect envelope for a 3x4 card. I believe that Martha Stewart scoreboard is no longer available, so I will link some other options down below for you guys. There's the envelope punch board, and then I believe there's the Score Buddy scoring tool. And then you just want to cut out little notches where your score lines intersect, and then you can just fold up these envelopes. Now this paper is stark white and that watercolor paper is more of a cream, but I didn't worry about it. This is just showing you how to make a really quick and easy gift to give to somebody, or just make a bunch of note cards to have on hand to give to people. But this little note card set would be nice to gift to somebody. I ran out of my tape runner, so I'm just using a glue stick to tack down the sides of this envelope. It really does not take very long to make these at all when you just cut everything out at once, score everything at once, and that kind of thing. For the front of the envelope, I'm going to dress it up with that same floral stamp, but I'm going to stamp it with the Delicata Rose Gold ink. I just thought that that went really well with the colors of the kit, and it just gives this kind of soft look and detail to the envelope. And it is sparkly in person, you can't really see it, but then you can see these note cards perfectly fit in the envelope. So I went ahead and made 10 envelopes and 10 note cards, and so now we can stack all those together and tie them up pretty as a gift to give to somebody. So I wanted to show you there's lots of ways to use these scrapbooking kits. You don't just have to make cards, you don't just have to make you know, scrapbooking layouts or Bible journaling. You can do some gift giving and things like that. So I'm just going to take some twine that I had in my stash to tie these together, and nothing fancy. Like I said, we want this quick and easy. I don't want to spend hours and hours putting together a project like this. And so I'll just tie this nice and neat, and it just kind of has this handmade feel, and that is okay. It's handmade. It's okay to have that feel to it. So tie a bow, and then there are these it's a label booklet, a booklet of labels in the Hannah kit, and I decided to pull one of those out and use that to create like a tag that you could write to and from or write a little note on, and they are little perforated labels, and so I'm going to pick that blue one, and I'll use my We Are Memory Keepers crocodile to punch a little hole, run some twine through that and attach that, and that is it. So super simple little project. I know it's not a faith planner process. Sorry guys, I'm out of town this weekend. I'm camping once again, but I did want to just pop on and show you some creative ways to use the Felicity Jane Hannah kit this month. If you have any questions or comments, be sure to leave those down below. Let me know what you're doing with your Hannah kit. Maybe you're doing something kind of out of the box. I want to hear how you're using it. Check out the description box for links to everything used and mentioned in the video today, and those are affiliate links, so just heads up, I do earn a commission, but no extra cost to you, so thank you for shopping those links. Give this video a thumbs up if it was helpful. Subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed. Be sure to click on the bell notification button so you don't miss any future videos from me, and until next time, thank you so much. Bye-bye.